in my bag swag.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot to break down here. So hello everyone, my name is RidersDX. Welcome to my channel, where today I've got some really insane news about Battle for Bikini by Rehydrated. And so before I get into it, quick shout out to Lucario. This is a fan art of Metal Duckles that they drew for me, and Metal Duckles has got a really sassy pose here. And so thank you so much, Lucario. This looks really great. Just wanted to make sure I get my fan art in before I dive into this news. But okay, I don't know where to start, and so I'm just gonna spit it out right now. I went to PAX East today and I took a look at the SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated booth, and I got some information. So what happened was this broke earlier, but the demo that's playable right now, like to the public, is the GamesCom demo. And so that demo has nothing that's different, that's new about this game that we haven't already seen. And so I know I saw some Discord members that were really disappointed about that in particular. But when I walked to the booth, I saw this television screen with the game playing on it that wasn't being played by the public, and that's when I saw this. I saw this start screen and I was like, there's something really weird about this booth in particular. And so as I was like hanging around the THQ booth throughout the whole day, I realized that this screen in particular had the press version of the demo. And so the press version of the demo is a much newer version, and it has a lot more content in it compared to the GamesCom demo, but it's only open to the press. And so that is why the public is not able to play it, and that's why you haven't seen anything on it yet. Now, when I looked at the press demo, I was in awe of like all the things I was seeing, because there are so many things that I was seeing that we didn't see beforehand. I saw a lot of new stuff, and it definitely drove me crazy just like looking at it. And so I looked at it, and I actually filmed some footage of it too, so that I wouldn't forget it, so that I could study it afterwards and talk about it. And then afterwards, I talked to the PR guy over there about the demo, and yep, he confirmed to me that it was the press demo, but he also said to me that footage from it is not allowed to be posted right now. And so unfortunately, I was able to see a whole bunch of stuff, but I cannot post it. You know, the PR guy told me that it's not something they want out there right now, and so I need to respect their wishes. I will say though that he did give me the go ahead to talk about what it is I saw. And so that is exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna talk about what I saw. And so the big thing that I want to let you all know about right now, I'm just gonna get the biggest thing out of the way. I saw the multiplayer mode. I saw the Horde mode, and wow, it's really interesting. And the big first bomb that I want to review right now with the multiplayer mode is that not only is SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy playable, but Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Plankton are also playable. Now, I remember seeing a 7th character screen also, but I don't remember who that was. And so I'm actually theorizing that it might be the randomized one, because there's just not a face that comes to my head when I looked at it. I had 3 more days at PAX East, and this press demo, you know, even though they don't want footage of it being out on the internet, you can see it. You can just walk by it and you can see exactly what it is they're going through. And I stood there for like 10 to 15 minutes and they didn't say anything. So I could have just sat there all day and just watched the footage, and they wouldn't have said anything. And so I'm gonna try to look at it again the next few days and try to get more information. But it is confirmed, at least from what I saw, that you can play more than just SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy in the multiplayer mode. And so that's something that I actually was really hoping that they would do. It's just that I wasn't sure if they were actually going to do or not. Now, in terms of the Horde mode, this is going to be even crazier, but there were a few levels that were selectable from the multiplayer mode, and I only saw one of them, but I saw like a really big one. I saw the level that has Robot Squidward in it. And so I saw Robot Squidward in this demo, and wow, Robot Squidward looks very menacing. He's got like a darker shade of color compared to the concept art, and so he looks a little bit more menacing. I think his eyes, if I'm correct, they were red. I'm gonna play it on my phone just to double check. Yeah, his mouth inside was red, and just waiting for this robot Squidward to appear on screen. But in the meantime, the robot Squidward, I didn't actually see the actual boss, but I saw the Horde Mode version of it. And so here's how Horde Mode works, by the way. So it's basically exactly as it sounds. What happens is you get waves of robots being thrown at you in rounds, and you and a second player have to work together to attack all those robots. And when you destroy the robots, what happens is there are these platforms that come out, and then you maneuver across those platforms to get to the next section where you get more robots. What was different about this level is that not only did you get robots, but you also got attacks from robot Squidward. And the attacks, I think, they don't really look like they're finished, to be honest. You know, what the attacks looked like is that there were targets on the floor that you were walking on, and then the robot Squidward drew like bombs on it, but the bombs animations, it didn't really look like they were animations, so I don't think that's finished, but don't quote me on that. And so it was crazy because the whole level was like over like a giant like pool of water, and so the robot Squidward was submerging in and out of the water and just looked like a complete badass doing it. So it was really awesome to see. And I think the demo that I saw, they had Spongebob and Sandy on it, so it was really cool, and it looks like a whole lot of fun. It basically looks like a better version of Plankton's Robotic Revenge, and I just am really looking forward to seeing this mode in action and playing it with a bunch of people, maybe including all of you. My streaming situation right now is not very good right now, but maybe in the future when I can sort that all out, I would love to play some rounds of Horde Mode with you all, because I think there is online play of this if I remember correctly. Now, I'm trying to see if there's anything else with Horde Mode. In the meantime though, I also did see some things in the main campaign, but I didn't quite catch it, and so I'm gonna, like I said, try to go back to the station and take a look at more footage during my last few days at PAX East, and kind of see if there's anything else over there that I want to report on. But from like the main footage, it was still only Jellyfish Fields from what I can tell. I don't know if there was a different level that was included or not, but from what I saw, it was just Jellyfish Fields. But the Jellyfish Fields actually looks a little bit more developed. One example that I saw was that, you know that place where you can do the bubble bowl to get that sock in the first section of the level? That section is finished now. When you step on that panel, like the bowling thing comes up and you can see the bowling pins and do the bubble bowl on it. I don't think you can do the bubble bowl in the demo though, so that's not something that you can do currently. Now, next cool thing is that when they finished the first section, it actually went to the next section, you know, not straight to the King Jellyfish boss, but to the next section, and I actually got to see a little bit of Mermaid Man. And Mermaid Man basically looks just like his original self, but obviously updated in this HD look. And I also saw a little bit of Patrick, and so I was like, wow, okay. And I saw a little bit of the slide section too. Now, unfortunately, when they got to this section, that's when they quit and they went into the multiplayer modes. So maybe they didn't want to show that section yet, but I did see it and it does exist. So it's gonna be really cool. Another thing I wanted to mention right now while taking a look at this is that I saw a lot of the robots through the Horde Mode. And so I basically saw almost the entire roster of robots in this footage. And you know, the flying saucer one looks badass. Interesting thing is that in Horde Mode, a lot of robots actually take 2 hit points to get destroyed instead of 1 hit point. And so when you hit them once, they turn red, which I thought was an interesting design choice. And then you hit them a second time and then they get destroyed. So that wasn't interesting. I think they might have added multiple hit points to make the game a little bit more challenging in the multiplayer mode, because that's all you're doing in the multiplayer mode is just destroying robots. Trying to see if there's anything else here that I wanted to mention. I think that's most of the things that I was able to see based off this one day of stalking the THQ booth and watching people play this more advanced demo. And so this is the demo that people that are a part of the press are able to schedule appointments to see. And like I said, the PR guy told me that I could talk all I wanted about what I saw, and so that's good, but I unfortunately cannot post any footage. But I will say that the guy said that the footage or like these features that we saw will get reviewed in like a few weeks. At least that's what I heard. So it could be next week, it could be in 2 weeks, it could be in 3 weeks, but not much further out than that. So you will get to see this footage eventually. In fact, if I'm being completely honest, because it's out in the open like that, I would not be surprised if someone else did record it like I did and actually posted it online. But because the PR guy told me not to do it, I'm not going to go against his wishes. I will not post this footage online, but I did my very best to tell you all about everything I saw and to assure you that it will come out in the future. You just have to be patient. They have a plan of how they want to release this footage, and I want to respect their wishes for that, so that is why I'm not going to post it. So I hate to disappoint it, but I hope that this explanation was good enough. I feel like I dropped a few really big bombshells during this video at least, and my mouth was just wide open when I saw that. Now I'm gonna post a video later on, maybe next week, about my thoughts about the demo, because I did get to try out like the GamesCom demo at least. Unfortunately, I'm not a member of the press. I don't have the qualifications to do that at this point, but I'm doing the best I can nonetheless. Like, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be like your person out in there right now and trying to gather as much information as I can to give to all of you, but I gotta do it within their confines because, you know, they're doing a really good job of making this game. I want to respect their wishes, I want to respect their plan, but anything that they will allow me to do, you bet your ass I'm going to do. And so, oh, one last thing. I talked to another THQ employee about the game, and they were actually asked about release date by someone else that was next to me, and the THQ employee said that the game is slated for a summer 2020 release. Now, I'm not sure what title that employee had, but she seemed pretty certain that it was going to come out in the summer of 2020, and I think that sounds like a perfectly reasonable release date for this game considering what I saw. So take with that as you will. We'll see if I'm right or not in the future, but that's what I heard, and I'll probably make another video like this if I can see much more like extra things while I stock the THQ booth. And so yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say, and I want to get this video out as soon as possible. You know, this is not edited at all, so it's very much a lower production quality compared to my usual videos, but I know that my notifications were getting blown up today on Twitter and people really wanted to hear this news, and so I wanted to get it out to you all as soon as possible. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about anything I said in this video. I'll do my best to keep your thoughts in mind as I attend the rest of PAX East, and you know, maybe try to get in contact with them again and try to get more information. But I think this is a lot of stuff, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. I don't know when they plan on reviewing it, but I hope it's soon. All right, thank you very much. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Special shout out to Reese Gaming, Team Rabbit Sign Gamer, Glitched Alpha, and Desiree Webb. These are my patrons / YouTube members. If you'd like to become a patron or YouTube member, get access to a whole bunch of different perks, then please check out my links in the description box below. But okay, this is Riders, and I am riding out. Bye.